Good morning and Jai Hind everyone. I am Arya back again with another super interesting lecture topic that has a lot of chances to be asked in your SSBs, whether it is NDA, CDS or AFCAT. Alright, so stay tuned. So today's topic is what? Any guesses? It is space tourism. Alright, so we all like to roam around a lot. So I myself have went Udaipur recently. It was a very nice place. So when I was a kid, or when we all are kid, we are fascinated so much by space. We hear all the astronaut stories, we hear about moon, different planets, and then we ourselves want to actually be able to see the moon. We only would have thought, all right, in our dreams that, oh, all right, if I'll be becoming an astronaut, then only I'll be able to see how Earth actually looks from the space. But my friends, this dream, this childhood fascination is now being able to be completed by NASA and ISRO, and that is known as space tourism. And some of the people are already being able to go and travel in the space. So that is all what we'll study today. All right. So current event. What is the current event? As you all might know that we every day start with current events. So regarding space tourism, the current event is in July 2022, Science and Technology Minister. Now this is very important. They might ask in any written exam that who is the Science and Technology Minister. So we should know that it is Dr. Jitendra Singh. And he said what? He said that the ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, is developing the capability to launch humans on quick space tourism flights. Alright, now let's imagine that we all after a few years are able to wander into space. How weirdly nice is that? Now let's come to the definition. So the definition is, space tourism is enabling humans to travel to space for recreational or leisure purposes. Space tourism attempts to increase accessibility to space for persons who are not astronauts. So till now only astronauts were able to go into the space, except for some animals like we all know Laika, and there is one more ape. So and wish to visit space for non-scientific purposes, for recreational purposes, for just wandering purposes. Next. Okay, progress in space tourism. So what is the progress till now? This concept is very nice, but we would like to know the progress, alright. So let's see the progress. Dennis Tito, an American entrepreneur, became the first private individual to tour space in 2001 on a Russian Soyuz spacecraft. So far, only the super rich individuals have been sent to the space tourism. Why? Because space tourism is too costly and only super rich people till now are able to afford it. But we at ISRO have always done things which are a bit less expensive than NASA's expeditions. So we are trying to make it more feasible to people and not that much super expensive. According to US and NASA standards, the Kármán line marks the beginning of the space. However, very few space tourism businesses have succeeded in crossing it. Now, according to NASA and US, they have marked a particular Kármán line. So what is that Kármán line? Let me tell you. So this is the Earth. For example, this is Earth. So this is the Earth's atmosphere. So these are the particular lines. The first line is troposphere. First line is troposphere, another is stratosphere, another is mesosphere, and then after mesosphere comes the Kármán line. Alright, so this Kármán line is around 100 kilometers from the Earth's surface, and that is what, according to NASA and US, marks the beginning of the space. Alright, so I think we are clear here. And what comes after the Kármán line? What layer comes? Thermosphere comes. Okay. So we are done with that. Now initiatives. In initiatives, we'll be talking about the India's part in it. ISRO's Gaganyaan mission will be India's first human space mission. So they might ask in 1 mark question that what is India's first human space mission? So we should be able to answer that it is ISRO's Gaganyaan. Alright. It is working on modifying its cargo carrier, GSLV Mark III rocket, and making it dependable enough to carry astronauts. The Gaganyaan mission has yet to take off, so it is not taken off, it is just being prepared. InSpace or InSpace is an autonomous nodal agency approved by the Union government. So they might also ask what is the first nodal agency. So we can write InSpace or InSpace. That aims to ensure increased participation from the private sector. So India is getting more and more towards privatization. So we as a country are also trying to privatize the space tourism part in order to increase the competition so that there is affordable space tourism available to its people. Now next point, Department of Space has allowed the transfer of mature technologies developed by ISRO to private Indian industries so that they can also develop a way for space tourism. Now the last point is, India has signed documents on space cooperation with how many countries, my friends? 60 countries. And you should be remembering that, it is very important. Now what are the challenges? So challenges are, space travel requires an extensive amount of training. So it is not a normal travel that we'll do in a train or a flight. It requires extensive training as a human is going out of gravitational pull into the space. Alright. Then second point is, in the event that a space tourist is injured while on the journey, there is no treaty or a well-defined law to defend his rights. So in case something happens and a person is injured, so there is no well-defined law right now to protect his rights. Now the third point is, when rockets or space shuttles are launched, a significant amount of pollution is released. Now imagine if this is converted into a business. A lot of space shuttles will be launched and a lot of pollution will be caused. So that is also one more challenge. Now last point is, space travel is very expensive and because of this only it is affordable by the rich people or the super rich people. So this can lead to a lack of public interest and raise a question of whether the government should use tax money to provide luxury only to the wealthy. So as we discussed, it is too expensive and only the super rich people are able to afford it. So that's why it may raise a question into the normal middle class or poor population of the nation, that is the government really trying to use our tax money to benefit only the rich people? So we have learned that it is such an amusing and interesting topic and how it can benefit us in the future, what are the challenges and what India and ISRO is doing. So be connected till tomorrow for the next topic. Thank you.